Ladies and gentlemen, you ever just sit back and watch life happen? Like you're in the audience of your own existence, watching scenes play out, waiting for your cue, but it never comes. You see other people stepping into their greatness, taking the chances you wish you had, living the life you tell yourself you deserve. But somehow, it's always them, never you. Why not you? Let me tell you something. Life doesn't hand out invitations. There's no special list, no golden ticket, no divine selection committee pointing at the chosen ones. The only difference between those who make it and those who don't. One group decided it was their turn. The other kept waiting for permission. You think success is about luck. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You think it's about talent. Talent is cheap. Discipline, that's priceless. You think it's about who you know. It's about who knows you and what they know you for. Are you the one who shows up or the one who stands out? I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm here to tell you it's possible. You ever seen a lion beg for its food? No, it hunts, it takes. Not because it's cruel. Because that's what it was built to do. You were built for more than just surviving. You were built to dominate your field, to command your space, to own your life. But somewhere along the way, you started believing the lie that you weren't ready, that you weren't good enough, that you had to wait your turn. Who told you that? Who decided you weren't the one? Was it failure? Failure is just education. Was it fear? Fear is just fuel. Was it doubt? Doubt is just the shadow of greatness. It only exists because there's something bright ahead of you. You want to know the secret. There is no secret. The greats weren't born great. They became great, one decision at a time, one sacrifice at a time, one I'll try again at a time. They fell, they got up, they lost, they learned. They bled, they healed, and then they went back to work. You think Michael Jordan was born with a basketball in his hands. You think Oprah woke up one day with a TV empire. You think any of the people you admire just stumbled into success. No, they decided, they committed. They refused to take no for an answer. And most importantly, they never asked, why me? They said, why not me? So what's your excuse? Too old. Time is going to pass anyway. Might as well be working towards something. Too young. The world belongs to the bold, not the experienced. Not enough money. Money follows value, creates something worth paying for. Scared, good. Fear means you're about to grow. Let me ask you something. If not now, when? If not you, who? You think someone's coming to save you, to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. Ain't no cavalry coming. It's just you, and that's enough. You already have everything you need. The only thing missing. The decision. So what are you going to do? Sit there and watch life happen, or stand up and make life happen? The world isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's waiting for you to act. You want it. Go take it. Why not you? You ever notice how the world keeps moving while you're standing still? How opportunities pass by like trains at a station, and you're just standing there, ticket in hand, waiting for someone to call your name. But here's the hard truth. No one's calling you. No one's coming to tap you on the shoulder and say, all right, it's your turn now. Because life doesn't work like that. Success isn't a waiting room where you take a number and hope you get called. Success is a battlefield, and the only way to win is to charge forward. Without permission, think about it. Who gave Steve Jobs permission to revolutionize technology? Who told Oprah she was allowed to build a media empire? Who gave Michael Jordan the green light to become the greatest basketball player of all time? Nobody. They didn't wait for an invitation. They didn't wait for someone to validate their dreams. They just went. And somewhere along the way, you bought into the lie that you need someone's approval to start, that you need the right credentials, the right connections, the right moment. But let me ask you, who made those rules? And why are you following them? You've been conditioned to believe that you have to wait your turn, that you have to pay your dues, climb the ladder, follow the script. But what if the script is wrong? What if the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall? What if your turn never comes because you never take it? See, the people who make history aren't the ones who followed the rules. They're the ones who rewrote them. They didn't wait for the system to reward them. They built their own system, and you're still waiting for a system that wasn't designed for you to win. Let me break it down for you. Permission is an illusion. It's a safety net your fear has created to keep you small. You think you need someone to say yes before you can start that business, write that book, pursue that dream. But here's the reality. No one gives you permission to be great. You take it, you claim it, you decide this is mine, and you go get it, because the world doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards people who act. You know what's worse than failing? Regret. The agony of looking back years from now and wondering, what if I had just gone for it? The pain of knowing you had everything you needed. Accept the courage to start. Don't let that be your story. Don't let fear of failure masquerade as patience, because patience is a virtue when you're preparing, but it's an excuse when you're procrastinating. And deep down, you know which one you're doing. Here's the thing about waiting. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of growth. The moment you decide you don't need permission is the moment you unlock your potential. You don't need a degree to start learning. You don't need a boss to start working. You don't need a spotlight to start shining. You just need to begin, right where you are, with what you have, and let's talk about what's really holding you back. It's not the lack of resources. It's not the lack of time. It's the lack of belief. You don't believe you're ready. You don't believe you're worthy. You don't believe you're enough. But guess what? Neither did anyone who ever achieved anything great. They just didn't let that stop them. They didn't wait for confidence to magically appear. They built it through action. So what's your move? Are you going to keep waiting for someone to give you the go-ahead? Or are you going to realize that the only permission you need is your own? The clock is ticking. The world isn't slowing down for you. And every day you hesitate, someone else is stepping into the life you could have had. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop giving your power away to imaginary gatekeepers who don't even know your name. The door isn't locked. You just haven't turned the knob, so turn it. Walk through and never look back. You ever see someone do something incredible and think, man, they're just born with it? Like they've got some magic in their DNA that you don't. Let me tell you something. That's a lie. A comfortable, easy excuse-filled lie. Because talent is the most overrated thing in the world. It's not what separates the winners from the losers. It's not what builds empires or breaks records. Talent might get you in the door, but discipline is what keeps you in the room. And if you're waiting around for talent to carry you, you're going to be waiting a long, long time. See, talent is flashy. It's the highlight reel. It's the part people see and admire. But discipline is the grind, the unseen hours, the sweat, the sacrifice, the days when no one's clapping and you show up anyway. Talent might win a game, but discipline wins championships. Talent might get you one hit, but discipline builds a legacy. And if you're serious about winning, not just in your career, but in life, you've got to fall in love with the process, not just the result. Let me break it down for you. You know why most people never reach their potential? Because they rely on motivation. They wait to feel like doing the work. But here's the truth. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It shows up when things are easy and disappears when things get hard. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is the voice that drags you out of bed when you're tired. The force that keeps you going when you want to quit. The stubborn refusal to let yourself off the hook. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. Think about the greatest athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, anyone who's ever been the best at what they do. You think they just woke up that way? No. They put in the reps, they embraced the suck. They showed up when no one was watching, when no one cared, when the world told them they were wasting their time. Kobe Bryant didn't become Kobe by being talented. He became Kobe by outworking everyone else, by taking 0 shots a day, by studying film when everyone else was sleeping, by treating practice like it was the game. Talent got him started. Discipline made him immortal. And here's the thing. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not sexy. It doesn't get likes on Instagram. It's the alarm clock going off at 5 a.m. when you'd rather sleep. It's the extra hour of study when your friends are out having fun. It's saying no to distractions, to shortcuts, to the easy way out. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. And that's why most people fail, because they want the reward without the grind, the victory without the fight, the success without the struggle. But let me ask you this. What's your excuse? You think you don't have enough talent. Good, because talent is a head start, not a guarantee. The race is won by the ones who keep running, not the ones who started fastest. You think you're not smart enough. Smart doesn't finish the project. Smart doesn't build the business. Smart doesn't write the book. Only work does, only discipline, only the relentless daily commitment to getting better. You want to know the real secret. There are no naturals. There are only people who worked harder than everyone else. The overnight success is a myth. Behind every lucky break is 1,000 hours of preparation. Behind every genius is a mountain of failure, of practice, of showing up when it didn't matter so they were ready when it did. So what's it gonna be for you? Are you going to keep waiting for talent to save you? Or are you going to start building discipline, the one skill that guarantees success? Because here's the bottom line. Talent might open doors, but discipline kicks them down. Talent might get you noticed, but discipline gets you respected. Talent is a gift. Discipline is a choice, and the choice is yours. So choose. Fear's got you paralyzed right now. That knot in your stomach when you think about taking that big leap. That voice whispering, "What if you fall?" Here's what you need to understand: that fear isn't your enemy. That failure you're so terrified of, it's not the end of your story. It's the fire that's going to forge you into something stronger than you ever imagined possible. Most people run from fear like it's the plague. They spend their whole lives playing it safe, staying in their lane, keeping their head down. And you know where that gets them. Nowhere worth remembering. See, fear isn't something to avoid, it's your compass. That discomfort you feel, that's growth calling. Every time you've ever accomplished anything worthwhile in your life, fear was sitting right there in the passenger seat. The difference between those who make it and those who don't. The greats didn't let fear drive the car. Let me tell you about failure, that thing you're so afraid of that you'd rather not try at all. Failure isn't defeat. Failure is data. Every time you fall on your face, life is giving you a lesson wrapped in barbed wire. Most people can't handle the sting, so they quit. But you're going to learn to unwrap those gifts. Thomas Edison didn't fail 0 times trying to invent the light bulb. He found 0 ways that didn't work. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. What separated them? They understood that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the curriculum. Right now you're probably avoiding risks because you're afraid of looking stupid. Afraid of what people will say if you don't make it. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about someone else's failure? Exactly. Nobody cares about your stumbles nearly as much as you think they do. The only real failure is letting the fear of failure stop you from trying. That business you want to start, that dream you keep putting off, the life you know you're meant to live. It's all on the other side of your comfort zone, waiting for you to decide that what you want is more important than what you're afraid of. Here's the raw truth: you're going to fail, probably more than once, maybe spectacularly, and it's going to hurt like hell. But pain is temporary, regret, that sticks with you. I'd rather see you fall flat on your face going after what you want than spend your whole life wondering what if. At least when you fail, you learn, you grow, you get better, but playing it safe, that's a slow death. That's watching your dreams gather dust while you make excuses. Look at any champion, any innovator, anyone who's ever changed the game. Their path was paved with failures. But they didn't see them as dead ends, they saw them as detours. K. Rowling was a single mother on welfare when she wrote Harry Potter. Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. What made them different? They used their failures as fuel. Every rejection, every setback, every no just made them burn hotter. That's what you need to do. Stop running from the fire and learn to walk through it. That fear you're feeling right now as you consider taking that big step. That's not weakness. That's your body's way of telling you this matters. The day you stop feeling fear is the day you stop growing. The greatest among us aren't fearless, they're the ones who feel the fear and move forward anyway. Navy SEALs aren't unafraid when they go into combat, they've just trained themselves to act despite the fear. That's what discipline gives you the ability to move forward, even when every cell in your body is screaming to turn back. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to reframe failure in your mind. Stop seeing it as the enemy and start seeing it as your trainer. Every time you fall, you're building resilience. Every rejection is making you stronger. Every setback is preparing you for something greater. The most dangerous thing you can do is stay where it's safe, because safety is an illusion. The only real security comes from knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you can take it and keep moving forward. That dream that keeps you up at night, it's not going to come find you while you're hiding in your comfort zone. You've got to go get it. And along the way, you're going to hit walls. You're going to faceplant. You're going to have moments where you question everything good. That means you're doing it right. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try anything worth doing. So starting today, I want you to make a new relationship with fear and failure. When fear shows up, thank it for reminding you that this matters, then push through it. When failure comes, and it will study it, learn from it. Let it toughen you up. The world doesn't belong to the talented. It belongs to the relentless, to those who get knocked down 7 times and stand up 8. To those who understand that fear isn't a stop sign, it's a starting line. You've got everything you need right now to begin. The only question is, are you brave enough to use your fear as fuel rather than let it be your cage? The great life you imagine isn't some fantasy. It's yours for the taking. But you've got to be willing to risk failure to get it. So what's it going to be? A lifetime of what-ifs, or a story worth telling? The choice has always been yours. Now go make it. Look around you. Look at the problems in this world, the opportunities waiting to be seized, the lives that could be changed, if only someone would step up. Now ask yourself, why not you? Who else is better suited? Who else has your unique combination of passion, perspective, and grit? You keep waiting for someone else to take the lead, to make the move, to be the difference. But what if that someone is supposed to be you? This isn't about ego. This isn't about arrogance. This is about responsibility. The world doesn't need another spectator. It needs doers, builders, fighters, people who refuse to sit on the sidelines while life happens to everyone else. And deep down, you know you're one of them. You feel it. That restlessness, that fire, that voice inside saying, I was meant for more. So why are you still hesitating? You think someone else is coming to fix it. Someone else is going to chase your dream for you. Let me tell you something. There is no someone else. There's just you, the heroes we admire, the legends we celebrate, the people who leave their mark on history. They weren't chosen. They chose themselves. They looked at the gap between what was and what could be, and instead of waiting for permission, they said, I'll bridge it. You want to know the biggest lie you've been sold? That you're not ready, that you need one more degree, one more connection, one more sign before you can begin. But here's the truth. Nobody is ever truly ready. The great ones didn't have all the answers when they started. They just had one thing: conviction, the unshakable belief that if they didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. Think about it. If not you, then who? Who's going to write that book if you don't? Who's going to build that business if you won't? Who's going to stand up for what's right if you stay seated? You think your dream is just going to fall into the lap of someone else who wants it more. No, dreams don't work like that. They're not lottery tickets. They're blueprints, and you are the builder. Maybe you're thinking, but I'm not special. I don't have some extraordinary gift. Good, because extraordinary isn't born, it's built. It's forged in the daily decision to show up when it's hard, to keep going when it hurts, to refuse to settle when everyone else is compromising. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to try, willing to fail, willing to outlast every excuse, every doubter, every moment of weakness telling you to quit. And let's talk about those doubters. The ones who say you can't, shouldn't, won't. You want to know why they're so loud? Because they're scared. Scared that if you rise, it'll force them to confront why they haven't. Misery loves company, and mediocrity hates witnesses. But you're not here to live someone else's version of a small life. You're here to shake the ground, to leave a dent, to make sure that when people look back, they'll say, because of them, things changed. Now, I know what's holding you back. It's not time. It's not resources. It's not even fear. It's ownership. You haven't fully accepted that this is your responsibility, that this dream was placed in your hands for a reason. You keep looking for someone to give you the answer, the shortcut, the green light. But the only light that matters is the one inside you. The one that's been waiting for you to stop asking why me and start declaring try me. So here's the question, and I need you to answer it honestly. If not now, when? If not you, who? How much longer are you going to waste pretending you don't have what it takes? The world doesn't need another person playing small. It needs you, full throttle, unapologetic, all in. Not because it'll be easy, but because it'll be worth it. This is your moment, not next year, not when the time is right. Now. The clock is ticking. The door is open. The only thing left to decide is whether you'll walk through it, or spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. So what's it gonna be? If not you, then who?